If you're the leader of a democratic country that's just undergone a terrorist attack and is expecting the possibility of a worse one, and you're confronted with a dictator who has praised this attack and given shelter to some of the people, past and present, who are interested in that kind of thing, which we know that Saddam was doing and can be proved to anyone. And are you going to face your voters and say, well, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's grant Saddam Hussein the presumption of innocence. This is also, as you say, the only regional government that has actually used weapons of mass destruction, not just within its own borders, but against Iran as well. It has a proven record of concealment, a special ministry to conceal weapons and to deceive inspectors, who, by the way, are not investigators. They're supposed to be just monitors. I think that the only thing you could possibly say is there's no more presumption of innocence here. There's no more benefit of the doubt. We're going to say as if, and nothing else would be sane or defensible. But in fact, that is in effect what the President and his advisors said, and Tony Blair too. And we still haven't found the weapons that Iraq declared that it had before the war. So the question is not, ha, 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 we didn't find them, but where are the weapons Iraq claimed to have had? But you're wrong in thinking that would have made any difference to the President's critics. These are people who would have been against a war with Iraq under any circumstances at all. And you can see the people who run this movement now and the sort of propaganda they come up with. They're the same people who said we shouldn't invade Afghanistan because it would be another Vietnam. And there was no question there of the al-Qaeda connection, was there? But they still said leave it alone. This mentality is incurable. And though I've been a strong critic of the way the President has handled his public relations in this and his argument, I do not believe that any argument at all will win over the people who are either openly or secretly sympathetic to the other side in this war. People like George Galloway, people like Cindy Sheehan, who basically openly have said that they regard the jihadists in Iraq and Afghanistan as a resistance, as an insurgent popular movement, and who believe that, and say openly, as does Michael Moore and others, that Bush is the terrorist problem, and not bin Laden. Well, people like that are not going to be convinced by evidence.